As if matters for Puerto Ricans could not get worse after the devastation of the hurricanes, now they're facing mass foreclosures. This is reported by Dave Dane in The Intercept. It came out December 22nd. Dave Dane, as some of you might know, wrote the book Chain of Title, where he very much outlined in great detail the scam of banks that were bailed out by Bush and Obama, how Obama's policy helped create 5.2 million foreclosures. Dave Dane's very well versed on this, so it stands to reason he's going to be fairly well informed here about what is going on in Puerto Rico. So in this article, this is some updated statistics as of December 22nd. Close to 35% of the island remains without power after Hurricane Maria. Full restoration of power not expected until May. At least 100,000 people have left the island. Abandoned pets are everywhere. Government services have been severely slashed or hobbled. And even the one solution that's been proposed, which is wiping out Puerto Rico's debt, will take a personal cost. The bonds represent the life savings of many residents to whom the financial products were aggressively marketed without explanation of the downsides. Sound familiar? Just get working class people to, oh, sign this thing. It's a great deal for you. Okay, expert, I guess. And then, of course, those people, remember when those people were demonized in America? Oh, they shouldn't have signed all those mortgages. Hey, financial expert, you tell me this is good for me, I'll do it. It's like if your mechanic says, oh, your brakes are fine. You sure they're squeaking? Nope, they're fine. Just cleaned them, oiled them a little, you're all set. Okay, and then my brakes go out and I crash. I mean, I guess ultimately it's my fault, but my mechanic, who knows more about cars than I do, told me it was okay. So, roughly 1/3 of the 425,000 Puerto Rican homeowners have fallen behind on mortgage payments. With jobs scarce after the hurricane, that number will likely grow. In fact, the economy of the island could collapse as the Republican tax bill imposes a 20% tax on offshore exports, a category that includes Puerto Rican manufacturing. Puerto Rico is part of America. Puerto Ricans are Americans, just like Californians and Texans. They're Americans. And their products should not have extra taxes and tariffs on them like they're foreign products. They're not. Despite new rules to prevent foreclosure fraud, Puerto Rico appears to be Exhibit A in its continuation, and it's only just the beginning. Foreclosures ravaged Puerto Rico even before Maria, up 130% in 2016 relative to a decade before. Adding 2 hurricanes to the equation makes the island's residents ripe for a gargantuan ripoff. The foreclosure process in Puerto Rico resembles the judicial foreclosure process on the mainland. Lenders must follow federal guidelines on notifying borrowers in default and giving them an opportunity to cure debt. The lenders can file a lawsuit for foreclosure. Judges are obligated to impose mandatory mediation, bringing borrowers and lenders to the table to work out a resolution. Only if that doesn't work can lenders obtain a judgment and evict the homeowner. But of course, many residents, they don't even know their rights. According to Veronica Riviera, a coordinator for Derecho a tu Casa, or Right to Your House, a coalition of legal aid groups providing information and assistance to homeowners facing foreclosure. They think that the bank would understand that if they can't pay, they lost their jobs. It surprises me sometimes how much people trust and have fakes in the people have in the banks. I wasn't a big fan of banks, but when the banks told me in the fall of 2008, when I was starting to pay later and later in the month, and a person at IndyMac Bank in the customer service department in October of 2008 said, if you just let it fall more than 30 days behind, we have all this new stimulus, because Bush had just passed in September 2008, $700 billion in stimulus money. I was told if it falls more than 30 days behind, there's actually all these plans to help you. Oh, okay. The stimulus money's working. I trust the banks and the government. They'll help me. They did that. I was put on a 3-month forbearance. They cut my mortgage payment in half for 3 months. They said at the end of the 3 months, we're going to restructure your loan, take the half payments that you weren't making, put them back in, get you a monthly payment that you can afford. That's what all the stimulus, when I said, great, I'm not looking for a handout, just to restructure, get my monthly payment a little lower. After the 3 months, they said, oh, you don't qualify. And now you owe us for 3 months that of half payments. What? Obama gets sworn in January of 2009. Oh, Obama passes a bunch of legislation. He puts another $700 billion in play. I'm told the same thing. Now Obama's going to fix it. Thank God he's not the evil Bush. Obama's different. He's Mr. Hope and Change. Same thing. I filled out all this paperwork. They cut my payment way down. They said in the 3 months, we're going to restructure your loan. Did the same thing. At the end of the 3 months, oh, you don't qualify. Now you owe us 20 grand or whatever. They did that to me one more time. So once under Bush, twice under Obama. Then I hired lawyers and they said, stop making payments because once you fall this far behind, they don't want to foreclose on people. Yeah, they do. That happened to me. I voted for Obama to fix it. He made it worse. He helped create 5.2 million foreclosures. I was one of them. He took my fucking dream house. He took my goddamn retirement. Obama did that. Fuck him. And now they're doing it to the people of Puerto Rico. So all you neoliberal assholes that think Obama was some great guy, he fucked me out of my house. He let the banks do that. He put policy and in place that they could do whatever they want. He didn't hold any of them accountable, and I lost my home. And now it's happening in Puerto Rico. It's happening in Puerto Rico. And while Dave Dane says he doesn't know what the end game is here, Dave, the end game of aggressively foreclosing on properties in Puerto Rico, where there is little hope of turning them around to make a profit, is unclear. Well, Dave, in my opinion, it's so Trump and all of his buddies can just, it's a land grab to put resorts down there. You have a bunch of poor people or middle class, working class people living in homes. We can scrape that out, put in some fancy resorts, and then have rich people, my 1%er buddies, all fly in from the mainland to stay there. That's what it's about. So Dave Dane, I really appreciate you writing about this, and also that organization Derecho a tu Casa. There is a link in the article to their website. So if there's anyone in Puerto Rico or you have family in Puerto Rico that's facing foreclosure, go to their website because they actually, if you qualify, you might get legal representation from them. So that is in the link to the article, has within it a link to Derecho a tu Casa. So anybody that's in Puerto Rico that's facing this, use all of the help that you can. Know that the United States government and the banks do not have your best interests at heart. They do not care about you. They want to get rid of your home so they can put up a big fancy golf resort and hotels and condos and bullshit like that. So don't trust the banks. Don't trust the government. Go to this organization and fight till the end, because they're going to try to screw you over like they did me and 5.2 million other homeowners. That's 5.2 million families. So it's more than 5.2 million people lost their homes, and it's going to happen again in America. There's going to be another recession as a result of Obama not prosecuting any of these people, and then all of the deregulation that happened from Bill Clinton in 1999 when he got rid of Glass-Steagall. He allowed this to happen. So this is another reason why the two-party system is awful. The Republicans are evil. The corporate Democrats are evil. Don't trust any of these assholes. Thank you for watching this show. Thank you for supporting independent media. My Patreon link is below because I want to build this channel up so I can keep speaking truth to power. And fuck the corporate Democrats.